Well, 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 if it isn't a bunch of newts
Now we're
watching our next Newtly Nut,
playing this game again.
go ahead and hit start. Glimmering gold and cold iron. With Peepa Pam in the background. Woo! Alright, so Dylan will be reading Tavros this time. Like a baby. You're enjoying a brisk. Is that a verb? Brisk is a verb.
No.
Oh, I got it. You're enjoying a brisk, head-clearing walk in the Alternian moonlight when the plot comes screaming towards you. Literally. You don't even have time for introspection. Well, here we go.
Thank God.
Oh, God. Oh. You turn your head and see a guy in a wheelchair whizzing down a nearby hill. He's got a phone in one hand, making it difficult for him to control his descent with the other. You quickly rush over in time to see him hit a rock and go flying through the air with an impressive arc. Oh, that's no good.
Dies.
You bring the fallen wheelchair over to him. He stares at you for a second and then pulls himself back into it with a grunt.
Thank you, weird and ugly alien stranger.
Aw, that's rude. Once he's settled. Oh, that's amusing. Once he's settled into his chair, you look over the boy. You look over the boy you just helped. He's lanky and scrawny, except for his oversized horns, giving the impression of a boy going through a very awkward puberty. His wheelchair is simple and flimsy, and it looks like it's gone through a lot of wear and tear.
It's a regular ass wheelchair.
Yeah, it's definitely not a modern one, because that's not very good for your back.
Oh, introductorily speaking, I should say that my name is Tavros.
What a baby. Tavros. As is now usual for you, the name sounds familiar even though you're not sure any of your other friends mentioned him by name. You give him a proper greeting, and then ask what happened, and he nods toward an old watchtower at the top of the hill.
I was attempting to scale toward the tower to acquire a rare Phytospon Go monster, what is named Wolvapine.
Wolvopine.
Wolvapine.
Phytospon. I say Phytospon, but I'm not sure if there's whatever.
It's ranked Aether Mystic Triple Rare class, which is one of the rarest of all, at least concerning monsters that can be found in lower blooded neighborhoods.
Oh my gosh, Tavros. What if we help you get it?
But it appears to be tragically out of my reach, no matter how much I believe in my ability to pursue it.
Okay, what if we encourage you some more, because you might feel a little bad if we do it for you, I don't know. You don't know what Phytospon is, or Phytospon, but maybe you could help? You've wrangled a few monsters in your time.
What?
You know, you could help push him up the hill, maybe fight some giant horrifying beast, the usual.
Wow, I normally am expected to do everything myself, always.
Oh, okay, so he...
The only trolls who offer me help are those who live too far away to actually do anything of consequence. Which is fine, I get it, but it's pretty useless to me. Anyway, no.
Yeah. What?
I don't want your help on account of if I take it, I will be weakening myself and failing to grow as a troll.
Oh, baby.
I will just have to try again and get grievously hurt in the process, probably. Don't worry.
Baby. I kind of expected that, though, I'm not gonna lie. Tavros begins to wheel back toward the hill. You know how this story goes. You'll have to spend your entire evening convincing this poor troll boy that it's okay to accept help from others. Yep. You launch into a gentle pitch about how help from a friend can...
Oh, well, if you say so, then I accept your help.
Oh, that was easy? What? Okay. Okay. You follow Tavros up the hill. When he reaches the steepest part and his wheels begin to lose traction, you step in behind him and give him a little push, the little push he needs. Maybe he just rejected us because, like, he's supposed to. And, like, since we pushed, he was like, oh, thank God. Who knows? The two of you are successful in scaling the hill. And Tavros grins and taps at his phone. Oh, it's a phone game? No real monsters involved? Holy shit, this is new to you.
Yes. Wolvel Pine is now acquired. Thank you so
This is
greatly.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, fucking know it's Pokemon Go. That's the whole joke. Maybe the cartoons for regulars were right all along. And friendship is truly the greatest source of power to exist.
It is. That's right, Tavros. Finally, someone who gets you. You ask if he wants a quick ride home, and he tilts his head in confusion.
I already have a ride, always. I'm sitting in it.
Not like that. You tell him it's hard to explain, just trust you on this one.
Okay, let's go.
No, wait, zip zap. With that, you grip his chair and focus your energy and zap on over to his hive.
Whoa, are you magic?
Yes. Oh, look at the little baby. Wow, all the babies.
An ugly computer.
Leave him alone.
Awesome.
He really likes fairies, goddamn. They're fucking literally everywhere.
Do you know any fairies?
No. Anglem.jpg.
Shucks.
Tavros glances around the room and you follow suit. Your eyes settle on an advertisement for the theatrical run of Pupa Pan. A pinch of special stardust is all it takes to fly. Brought to you by Her Imperious Condescension's 19th favorite theater company. Reserved seating for high bloods hecklers will be called. The rest of the room is rather plain and sparsely decorated. The floor is scattered with messy gaming supplies.
So, this is my hive. What do you think? Would you characterize this pad as sufficiently cool?
He's got like a tiny little blush. You glance at a framed picture of a fey trickster in booty shorts. Sure, yeah. This pad is cool as hell.
Excellent. I hoped you would. Your approval is most good to have. I thought you might be uninterested on account of me being boring and kind of sad.
Aw, boring and sad kids are your favorite, you tell Tavros. Wait, that sounds terrible. Ignore that. You mean you relish the opportunity to make people less sad?
Oh, don't worry then, because I'm definitely sorrowful enough to satisfy.
I love how aware he is.
Also, I'm not great at talking either, so we have at least one point of failure in common.
Like me checking Anglem's love child.
Gross.
Thanks. Tavros flashes you a thumbs up and a wink. He rolls closer to you, and one of his scattered cards crunches under a tread and gets stuck, necessitating a bit of finagling, you must admit. You're a little surprised by the wheelchair. Your experiences on Alternia would suggest that their culture is not very kind to the disabled.
Oh, it very isn't. There is a long story behind the fact of me being like this. Kanaya says not to talk about it because it hurts my self-esteem.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You turn your attention to some of his cards. Perhaps he can teach you.
Well, if you insist, I will reveal to you my tragic backstory.
Yeah!
I used to be more of a hardcore gamer who would do the extreme roleplays. And I had a friend, or I thought she was my friend, who I did flarp with.
Oh, you're familiar with Flarp. You're a Boy Scout.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Come to think of it, you got a great Flarp friend who he might love to meet.
Well, I don't play anymore. Because this old friend of mine did a bad thing to me, resulting in a chain of revenge that was very tragical. Essentially, the story is that I was thrown off a cliff, psychically, and became heavily injured, which resulted in my legs not working.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
The culprit continues to hassle me sometimes in ways which are supposedly remorseful, but mostly continue to make me feel bad. For instance, trying to make me learn how to climb stairs, or fight better, or telling me I'm useless and awful because I can't.
Okay, so he was more so saying that stuff earlier because, like, of the whole, like, Newt with this shit going on, but he actually does, like, think that it's bullshit by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. Although she also sent me this 4-wheeled device, which helps me to not be cold, so that's nice, I guess. Although maybe she wouldn't have done that if Kanaya didn't say to. I don't know, she's hard to understand. Sometimes very nice, and other times extremely not nice, and I can't figure out how she truly feels about me.
Wow, this girl Tavros is talking about seems like a real piece of work. You sure are glad none of your friends are anything like that.
Yeah, but maybe it's best not to think about her actually. Kanaya was right. Why don't I teach you how to play? Oh. Oh.
It comes in like that.
Oh.
Tavros!
Oh.
Tavros freezes up instinctively.
Oh no, that's her. The one who injured me.
Oh no! Your spine ices over. You recognize that telltale exaggerated call. But how can this be? How could your dear, sweet, precious friend Vriska have done such a horrible thing? Okay, yeah, no, this tracks. Maybe she did one thing wrong. But why? This isn't like the other kids she killed. You know Vriska is violent and volatile. She had to be to survive. But to harass Tavros after the fact instead of just feeding him to her lusts, it doesn't make sense. You feel sick to your stomach. Hey Tavros! You haven't been answering my messages. We need to talk. Did she come all the way over here?
Oh.
Like physically?
Oh.
Her voice comes from outside the window as it moves around the perimeter of the house. You glance at Tavros' stricken face as you hear the sound of keys jingling in a lock. Fuck, she has the keys to his eye.
Baseball face.
Tavros groans and leans back in his chair. Vriska barges into the respite block and then freezes up. Oh, hey. Hey, you say, with an awkward wave. Vriska seems uncomfortable. I didn't know you knew this dork. It's a friendship in progress. Tavros has told you some things about their past together. Of course he has. Okay, listen. Is this just how you are? I know it sounds bad, because it is, and I get that, okay? Way back when...
It was less than a week ago.
I was part of a FLARP campaign that went way off the rails, and Tavros ended up getting thrown off a cliff. It was basically my fault. But that's all in the past now. Things are better now. I hooked Tavros up with this sweet wheelchair and everything.
It's not that sweet.
Shut up, Tavros. I'm talking about how terrible I feel about hurting you. Tavros cringes, and you try to intercede on his behalf. Why is Vriska here? Oh, right. I'm here to extend an olive branch. Very magnanimously so, if you ask me. Terezi and I are getting the band back together. Not for Flarp, obviously. That ship has sailed. But we're going to whip this planet into shape, and we need all the help we can get. You've spent enough time moping around uselessly. It's time for some action. You're in, right?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, I really don't really want to do anything exciting or dangerous like that. And especially because you're going to be involved, I don't think it would be good for me to also be...
Oh, come on. Things are totally square between us, Tavros. We all got hurt. Besides, I'm just trying to help you live up to your potential. You could be somebody. You could finally start living up to your legacy.
I don't want to be somebody, at least not your kind of somebody.
Tough luck, Toreador. None of us get that choice. If nothing changes, by the time your rites of maturation roll around, you're screwed. The drones will cull you in an instant. Yeah. Oh, poor baby. He's gonna turn 7 soon. Vriska turns to you. Her eye is wide, her fist trembling, her frustrated glare barely conceals the desperation beneath. Frustrated glare. I mean, you agree with me, right? Tavros needs to shape up. He needs us. It's time we put the past behind us and moved on.
boy.
I'm just trying to help him.
Choice time.
She leans closer. It's obvious she wants you to back her up.
Choice time.
Oh. Okay.
Epic.
I think we should don't take a side first.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? Centrist? A centrist? This is a... And that obviously means having to choose between two equally unsatisfying, mutually incompatible options that will forever alienate you from the side you did not pick. Try again? God damn it.
Okay.
You pick.
Fake choice. Let's pick Vriska.
Okay. You can't resist her force of personality. When Vriska speaks, it just sounds right. You tell Tavros that he should accept Vriska's offer. Hell yeah! See, Tavros? My buddy here agrees. Let bygones be bygones. Tavros shrinks into his chair, small and sad. The two of you just stare at him as the awkward silence swirls like mist around you. Vriska clenches her fist and steps forward, but you quickly put a hand on her shoulder and she pauses. Being around here is depressing, and someone doesn't want my help anyway. Whatever. Come on, Pupa Pan. I've had enough bull for one night. Let's go chill out somewhere less boring. Like, I don't know, an arcade? Maybe a movie theater? What do you people without a lessus to take care of even do? You suggest to Vriska that you can find out together. She beams.
Okay, bye, I guess.
She called us Pupa Pan. Tavros seems conflicted, as though he can't decide whether to be relieved that Vriska is leaving or upset that you're abandoning him. You don't really care, though. You're going to an arcade.
Alright.
Friendship plus 8! Grub invaders! Oh! Anyway.
Wow, it's like Space Invaders.
Is it? I had no idea.
Alright.
Here we go again.
Now we gotta pick Tavros.
I'm gonna do this again real quick.
You're a dummy.
Okay. You take a step closer to Tavros and Vriska visibly deflates. Come on, Pupa Pan. You can't seriously be on his side. Yes, you can be, and you are.
I think we picked that as our cool name.
Oh!
Which is why we're getting called that now.
Oh! That explains it. I'm glad it remembers. Okay, well that explains everything. It's too bad that he doesn't recognize it.
Yeah.
You think you understand now. You see how Vriska took her suffering and bitterness and passed it along. You see how, under beastly tutelage, she learned to sink her fangs into her prey and tell herself she was doing it for her own good.
Their own good.
For their own good. Okay, got it. In these two, you see a microcosm of Alternia. Of hurt kids hurting kids, until finally, the buck stops at the kindest or weakest among them. So no matter how much sympathy you have for her, you can't stand idly by and let Vriska continue this cycle of hurt. You tell Vriska to look at Tavros, really look at him, and ask herself if her help has done anything for him. Isn't this the kind of suffering that she and Terezi want to prevent? Right now, the best thing she can do for Tavros is leave him alone. Leave him alone? You don't get it. None of you do. If I leave him alone, he's toast. Seriously, how have you not figured that out by now? You've seen what this planet is like. You think we can just flip a switch and fix everything over day? That's good.
Oh.
He's a worthless loser living in a world that has losers. And if that doesn't change...
Hates losers?
Oh, that hates losers, you're right. And if that doesn't change, he's going to die a sad, pathetic death. And you and Kanaya and everyone else, you're just enabling him. When he croaks, it's going to be on your head, not mine. So if you'd rather hang out with Tavros in his make-believe fairyland, be my guest. But some of us are going to be living here in the real world. You and Vriska spend a while staring at one another. All you can muster is a look of pity, which only seems to incense her further. Her face scrunches up, and then goes steely and flat. Her voice is icily calm.
Just makes the mood worse. That's what it means.
Okay. You two have your fun. I'm out. Vriska slams the door shut as she leaves. Tavros exhales a long sigh of relief.
Well, that went pretty well for an encounter with Vriska, all things considered. I only feel somewhat terrible about who I am.
Slowly, gently, you place a comforting hand on Tavros' shoulder and tell him that he deserves better than this. It's not his fault. Vriska is difficult.
Yeah, Kanaya says that too. I sometimes almost believe her when she does.
The room is silent except for a faint wriggling noise coming from some of the balls on Tavros' floor. You don't know what else to say.
Would you enjoy playing some fighty spawn with me, perhaps, as a manner of distraction?
Oh, fuck yes, you tell him. Let's spawn some Fiduzes? Yeah. Your FLARP experience inured you to Alternian game design, so you're only mildly nauseated when Tavros shows you how the physical version of Fidus spawn works. Chitinous purple critters explode from gooey orbs and infest plushies before bursting out in the form of a large monster with more limbs than you're comfortable with. Also, you have a handful of cards which boost their attributes or allow you to interfere with your opponent's monsters. There's a lot to keep track of here. Before too long, the room is full with chittering purple monstrosities and queasy-looking host plushies, on the verge of birthing even more abominations. You are so lost. But you think you're winning? The creatures appear to be doing a better job of preying on his host plushies and spawning more of themselves. You've got a meter in the corner that keeps going up, while his goes down. That's good, right? You think it's good, at least where victory is concerned. But you're more concerned with the dejected look on Tavros' face. He doesn't seem to be giving the game his all. You ask him if he's doing okay.
No.
Oh, okay. He just came out and said it.
My fun has been stymied, I think, by my thoughts about Vriska.
He wheels himself over to the window and looks despondently out.
I used to like Vriska a lot, and admire her for her many qualities that were good, such as being very confident or having skill at games. But now I just hate her, or feel like I should hate her, but instead do not feel those feelings. In their place, I feel very conflicted and bad about myself, and wonder if there's something wrong that I can't feel as angry as I should, or make myself to become strong enough to talk to her properly about my feelings. It's just a big mess.
You glance again at the posters lining Tavros' walls. I hate how they do the Tavros apostrophe. I do like with the extra S when it's whatever. Sprightly fairy girls with confident smiles, long messy hair, and blue color schemes. The resemblance to Vriska is uncanny, but superficial. She's never going to be like the girl from his posters. That's just not who Vriska is. But for a sad, hurt boy who likes to dream, she must seem so painfully close. This is a problem too big for you to untangle right now. You need to redirect Tavros' thoughts. You close your eyes and ask your intuition. What should you do?
Choice time.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Throw him out the window.
Let's help him fly. I think that's the wrong choice. Well, no, I feel like stay grounded might actually be the wrong choice, since there's a revolution.
Fucking pick one.
Fine. From the darkness, you reach into your muddled memories and catch a glint of cold iron. When you open your eyes, Peepa Pan stares back at you. He would have you believe that faith is all it takes to fly, but you think Tavros could use something a little more material. You put a gentle hand on his shoulder and ask him what you can do to help him spread his wings. His metaphorical wings. Oh man, this is essentially what I thought that it meant with the whatever. This is probably the right ending. That's it. It's not like... Wait, that is... His metaphorical wings, that is. It's not like he could ever sprout real ones. The very thought is absurd. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're fine. Tavros sighs.
I just wish I could live more independently, I guess. to take charge of my life and become less under Riska's thumb.
You think Tavros could use some better friends? Real friends?
I do have some. Feta is very kind to me often. Gamzee and I like to throw down sick rhymes, and Kanaya tries to help with Riska.
I hope Nepeta's next.
But there's not a lot they can do when we live far away. And as nice as my Lessus is, he is unable to help me with all my issues due to his small size limiting him to only moving and carrying small objects to me when I require them. The simple fact is that I didn't build my hive with the expectation of one day using a four-wheeled device to navigate it.
Can Tavros move to a better hive? Could you help him with that?
No. As a bronze, the stipend I receive is not enough to cover such things.
Okay, so you can get a new hive if you have enough money.
Epic. Real estate.
So the stipend, which is, I guess, the money he gets. Huh?
Yep.
Nice. Socialism, sorta.
Good old universal basic. Even this four-wheeled device, which is highly basic compared to some high-blood models, would have cost me over a wipe's worth of savings.
They're high blood models. Oh. Oh, that means that we should totally give Huberg a shitty wheelchair.
Yeah.
Instead of a
Dummy.
more advanced wheelchair. Okay.
Few changes are available to me, economically speaking, especially if I want to not alert drones to my unsuitedness for troll expectations.
You see, if money is the issue, that's not something you can help him with. At least, not directly. You might know others who can. You tell Tavros that you're going to step out for a moment to fetch a mutual friend.
A wipe saving? That's only like a week though, I thought.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you're
sound
right.
like a lot.
Hey, whatever.
Unless he gets like a daily income for eating things.
Anyway. Oh, you might be right. I don't know. Could be Nutley. Anyway. He seems briefly surprised when you return with Kanaya. You guess you don't blame him. This strikes you as a pretty rare pairing, conversationally speaking.
Oh, Kanaya. It's nice to see you in person unexpectedly. Wow, my hive is terrible looking. Sorry, but hi. You look nice.
Yes, I do. How are you faring? Was my advice regarding the construction of an imaginary friend helped aid your self-esteem? Has my... Okay, got it. Has my...
Well, I haven't really got to try it yet, so no it hasn't, I guess.
Kanaya suppresses a sigh. Okay. Well, let's get directly to business. I brought some materials with which to renovate your hive.
Oh.
Please advise us as to how best to redesign the place to suit your needs. Tavros's eyes water up and he sniffs, leaning forward in his chair.
Really, you would do that for me, despite it taking a large portion of time and effort, and presumably money as well?
I don't really spend my stipend on much besides fabric. And I intend to twist Vriska's arm until she offers a portion of her flarping treasure to foot the bill too. And of course, I'd do it for you. Any less would be a rejection of my helpful sensibilities. Kanaya says it with a neutral tone and a straight face, as if there's nothing remarkable about it, but Tavros nevertheless breaks into a grin.
Wow, thanks. Okay, give me some time to develop ideas on how to properly jack this hive up and deliver the most utterly dope and pimped up changes. This is going to be so great.
She's going to chop down trees to work on his hive. You give Tavros the requested time and then begin to work in earnest. You weren't sure what to expect, but the construction process proved smoother than anticipated.
Uh-huh.
Kanaya brings a set of alien devices which she claims to have borrowed from a sea-dwelling friend of hers. One converts raw materials into a strange substance that reminds you of fruit gushers.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What? Building grist?
The heck?
They're not even playing Sagrad!
Just fucking read the newt. I want more context.
Kanaya fells trees with her chainsaw and feeds them into the machine, and before long you have a trove of the gusher things. The other device expends the gushers to modified buildings. It has a holographic click and drag interface, much like The Sims played in real life.
Mm-mm-mm.
You find this construction software to be incredibly handy and also eerily familiar, but honestly you find everything eerily familiar these days. What the f- Yes, it's... Home construction has been an important part of troll culture for as long as history remembers. Most do not know why, although to me the reason is obvious. Preparation for the game, which we will now no longer be playing due to outside interferences. Wait, she knows about that? Yes. I figured out what was going on a day or two after you visited me, but I thought it prudent not to get particularly dramatic about it all. That was very thoughtful of her. Yeah, I try. So...
Alright, they just have, like, fucking ARG games, because...
They just have them, I guess.
Which, you know, I guess that's fine.
That's weird.
It is weird.
This changes things.
Uh-huh.
You know what, I don't have time to fucking think about it right now.
So much for construction droids.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Kanaya finishes feeding logs into the first device and begins to manipulate Tavros' hive with the other. Together you are a clockwork team. Tavros provides directions, Kanaya implements them with her stellar sense of design, and you provide moral support by standing around looking cute.
Okay, yes. Nudge that shelf over to the left. Yeah, like that. Wait, actually right. Further. Okay, now go back. A bit more. That's almost good. Make it a little tad higher. Yes, no lower. There, right there, and yes, perfect, I think. Okay, actually, can you go back to where it first was?
Good. Whoa! Wow, look at his little new recuperation.
It's in the floor.
Yay, he can roll into it now. Anyway. Wow. It's so cute. And good.
Everything's organized.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at his window. It's now a normal window.
It's a new window.
You can open it with a little hoogly.
Uh-huh.
In the end, it takes until the next day to finish construction, which is actually great time. You're expecting to have to zap forward once or twice for the sake of narrative brevity, but with the Alternium build tools, Tavros' hive is swiftly renovated. Oh my god, that's so...
Wow.
That's so, like... Where did you even need money? Like... What? Whatever.
To acquire Home Depot simulators.
So stupid.
It's very expensive.
It is far more spacious than it once was. The ramps and rails aplenty. Under Tavros' guidance, you widened hallways, lowered counters, revamped bathrooms. It's like a brand new house. You don't have a ribbon to cut in celebration, so Tavros summons some bizarre fetus spawn creature to shoot confetti all around the entrance to the hive. It's all gross and sticky and you hate every second of it, but he's having fun. After that, Tavros spends a while just exploring the hive. He wheels himself through each block, awed by the ease with which he can navigate the space. By the time he returns to his respite block, his grin is radiant. You take it he likes the new place.
Oh yes. This pad is now genuinely frigid. It makes me feel more confident, like the world is my bivalved jewel container. Like I could say to Vriska, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, biatch. Okay, I won't say that probably, but I could. Actually, maybe I will say that, as well as plenty of other deliriously rude things, which long have I avoided saying.
Okay, that's probably enough, you tell him. Kanaya is staring icily at him, but he doesn't seem to notice. You suggest that it's a good time to settle down. The sun's going to be rising pretty soon.
Right. Well, we still have some moonlight. Would you like to stay for a while, Kanaya, and play some games with us?
Oh, no, that's quite alright. I'm afraid I have duties to attend to at home. I left the dress in the oven. Kanaya blinks and carefully maintains her poise. It's made out of clay, you see? I'm getting experimental.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, goodbye. She smiles at Tavros and shoots you a pointed glance. You take it as your cue to place a hand on her shoulder, concentrate on her hive, and send her back in a flash of light.
Well, we didn't have to go,
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess.
Once she's gone, Tavros wheels up to you and nudges you in the hip.
So, regarding Kanaya, this could perhaps be me misreading the situation, but when I reach deep inside and tap into the marvelous power of the self-esteems, it tells me that I'm very right and smart.
But I think she has a crush on me.
Did you see the way that she was smiling at me?
Oh my god.
Almost in a way as to suggest amorous inclinations.
I think you're wrong.
The
Fucking N. It's not even like a giggle. It's just. Oh, I see. It's like I got it. I got it. He waggles his eyebrows furiously in your direction. Oh, jeez. You tell Tavros that's just what friendship looks like. She's not his type. Trust me, you say.
Drat. But oh well. I think there is a saying about this, that the sea has many fish in it.
Yes, it does.
Now that I am feeling better, I think perhaps I will one day go fishing for a quadrant or two.
Good. That's important for you not to die. Well, it's a start. It's going to take some time for this kid to figure out what genuine self-esteem is like. But just like the Prospidian clouds part to reveal a brilliant sky in blue, you think Tavros is on the verge of seeing the sun. The moon? This metaphor would work better on Earth. Tavros can be more than he is, and he doesn't need to change to do it. When he offers you a smile, there's a spark of compassion behind it, and it tells you he's already worth the world. All he ever needed was someone to believe in him. And money. He also needed money. Oh god, don't I know it.
So, would you like to perhaps celebratorily play a round or two of Fighty Spawn with me?
Not really.
I am feeling much more prepared to enjoy a game, and perhaps think that this time I will proceed to crush you with my incredible might as a Fighty Spawn breeder.
Let's crush Tavros. Just
Except,
kidding.
I mean that in a nice way, like that of a friendly challenge. If you'll accept.
The word friend in the sentence was all you needed to hear. Yay! There are only 2 endings in the whole thing.
Then we gotta make him fly next.
Oh, you're right. You're right! I forgot about that.
I'm gonna push him out the window. Like a good friend.
Wow, look at them. Babies playing Fidu Spawns. All gross.
Nasty. How the fuck do you clean up afterward?
I don't know. They built something in the hive to do it for him. Alright, help him fly. From the darkness, you reach into your muddled memories and catch a glint of glimmering gold. When you open your eyes, Pupa Pan stares back at you. Unlike him, you don't have special stardust, but you think you might have something better. You tell Tavros you'll be right back, sort of. Oh god.
Oh boy.
The now familiar Prospidian spire greets you. You swoop through the shiny architecture until you find those towers that seem to house the dreaming children. Sure enough, Tavros' dream self can be found in one tower nestled comfortably in a recuperacoon.
Not vanished, like Karkat.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I don't know why Karkat vanished. You poke him on the cheek, no response. You give him a little shake, nothing. With a sigh, you rear back your hand and slap him hard. Tavros remains asleep. He's practically comatose. Why? This feels so off. Karkat is awake, and Tavros isn't. And something about that is just wrong. It's all wrong. Wait, Karkat woke up.
The heck?
How can you help Tavros under these
What the fuck?
Go back right now!
Scroll the wheel, you dumb.
I am, it's not letting me go back!
Fucking you're scrolling it the wrong way.
He's practically comatose, what? Okay. How can you help Tavros under these circumstances? He's got to wake up, you need to wake him up. What? Okay. Why won't he? And then...
Bleh.
Tavros yawns as he rises blearily from his slumber and squints around. He crawls out of the recuperacoon and reaches over to the ramp beside it with an instinctual motion. What the fuck?
Got him.
His hands find no wheelchair and he tumbles over. And then quickly rises and he realizes with a start that he is floating in midair.
Whoa, what?
surprise, you inform Tavros that this is the mystical world of dreams that is part of the game he was supposed to play one day, but now isn't going to, which is why this doesn't make any sense. Maybe, probably, you'll be honest, you still don't know exactly how this works. But you do know that this is the land where he can fly. Also, those are some nutly looking like boobs there.
That seems highly improbable that such a world would exist. Or especially that I would be allowed to enter it and fly freely around with no repercussions. It just seems like a thing that would never eventually happen to me, does it not?
But it is happening, you tell him. You prove it by pinching his arm. He flinches.
Why did you just assault me?
It's a thing. Pinching is... okay. This is a cultural misunderstanding, but the fact that he can feel pain should prove that this place is real, or at least as real as a magic dream world can be.
I see. My arm does certainly hurt in a realistic manner, as well as my feelings due to the uncalled for attack from a friendly individual.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You tell Tavros to stop worrying about that and start unworrying about how he can fly now.
Oh, yeah.
With unsteady movements, Tavros begins to circle his dream room. He holds his hand out as he sails around, floating upwards and then dipping down. He seems to get the hang of it quickly, and as he does, his face cracks into a warm smile.
Oh, woo. Oh, this feels really amazing.
At your invitation, Tavros follows you out the window and sees Prospit stretching toward him. His eyes go all starry.
Can I really explore all of this area?
You can, you tell him. Probably. Just don't go barging into anyone's houses.
Hell. Okay.
Tavros does loops and twirls, pirouettes around the spires, and weaves through throngs of Prospitian civilians. He hoots and hollers, the anxious crescendo in his voice nearly absent. The sound echoes among the golden towers and rebounds back at you, a cacophony of childlike exhilaration. You swoop alongside him, buoyant by his excitement. Buoyed by his excitement. And the two of you begin to race each other around the planet. Oh?
Well.
You run out of energy before Tavros does, but eventually he comes down from his high. He floats lazily beside you, upside down, his mohawk hanging down into his face. What?
What?
Uh-huh.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh. His eyes are locked on the sky and clouds, and he's wearing a wide, if oddly blank grin.
Hey.
If oddly blank. I don't like this.
I want to thank you for doing this for me, allowing me to feel this freedom and joy. It really means a lot.
Why is he, like, trembling? Or, like, slowly moving?
He's drifting to the right.
Yeah, why is he doing that?
He's escaping to the side.
Oh god. You grin and give him a thumbs up. You're glad you could help.
Yeah, me too.
You glance up at the clouds. How long have you been out here? You figure it's time to head back to the real world. You tell him you'll teleport back, and then wake him up.
What? Oh no. Don't wake me up, please. I don't want to go back to that life when I could spend my days here forever feeling blissful and happy for once.
You pause. That's not the response you were expecting, although you suppose you should have seen this coming. What about his friends, his responsibilities in the waking world? What happens when the drones come knocking?
Well, those are some pertinent questions, which I don't care about, though. This is where I'm happy and where I belong. That's what you wanted, right? To help me be happy?
Right.
Then your work here is done.
He smiles at you, and you feel like you should smile back, but there's a hint of sadness behind his eyes that gives you pause. It's like he's waiting for you to take charge and tell him off for choosing escapism. Waiting for you to make the hard decision he doesn't have the guts to make. But that's not the kind of person you are. If he'd rather spend most of his time asleep, that's good enough for you. Given the planet he lives on, you can't blame him. So you give him a little wave and vanish into the ether of cannon. By the time he works up the nerve to say something, you're already gone. Oh no.
Oh. Well, that's everything.
That's bad. No! We just abandoned him.
Yep, he's gonna be asleep forever.
Oh god. Oh god! I think that's the reason Karkat disappeared, is just because they're not supposed to be there at all.
I guess.
Maybe?
That's
Because
nutly.
it doesn't seem like Tavros is going to wake up naturally anymore.
That's nutly.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
There's like this weird, like lock on either side. Where
Okay.
You can't really be in either zone because it's part of the game. I don't know, fucking know. I don't know.
Hang on. I'm gonna go see how far he escapes.
Okay, it's gonna take a while.
Oh. Stop escaping.
Alright, well, there's your answer.
He goes this far. That's it.
Yep, okay, go ahead.
Now we know.
Skip ahead.
Alright. What do we get? This is still not unlocked.
Yeah, I don't fucking know what's up with that.
High quality.
I think maybe we fucked it up. We could go look it up.
A heart so true.
You stood by Tavros' side and helped renovate his hive. You still don't understand Fidu Spawn, though.
Bonus achievement for a radio.
Cool.
Nice.
I don't understand the Terezi one. Fuck. Anyway.
Anyway, that's Pesterquest.
Alright, sweet. Woo!
Bye.
Goodbye!